National Union of Public Workers Gender Affairs Committee is a committee within the NUPW that addresses issues affecting both male and female gender. The role of the committee is to bring awareness to not only public servants, as we are a union, but also to the members of society about issues that affect both genders, male, female, and children as well. I believe that both men and women have the right to be in a fruitful relationship, also a flourishing relationship where growth is the main key. I also believe that domestic violence should be addressed more seriously in all countries across the world, because domestic violence right now is the #1 cause of death between both women and men. And I also believe that a relationship should be fair and equal, and no man or woman should ever have to fall victim to domestic violence. The training that we had allowed persons that were part of it to not only have a different view on domestic violence, but they were also able to identify the signs of possible domestic violence, not only in their everyday life, but at work, also as they transverse across society. And it also gave people the courage now to want to help some person who's a victim of domestic violence, because in being able to identify signs of domestic violence, you would be able now to address the issue and also teach persons how to identify and address the issue as well. And then we would all be able to address the issue of domestic violence until 0 in 3 men and women across the world would no longer be victims of domestic violence. My personal view on domestic violence is that it should never happen. When you see this happening, you have to ask yourself, is there enough awareness being raised? What are we doing to address these issues? What else can be done? Where else can we start? Who else can we approach to bring into the awareness sector so that everyone would be aware that domestic violence is real, it's serious, and it can be addressed at any level, not only from women's rights levels and Bureau of Gender Affairs levels, but unions. Because people see the unions as only a means to fight for a job and salary. But unions are more than that. The union is an education tool. It's also a process where persons are fighting for not only jobs but for equality. And in fighting for equality, we have to address issues such as sexual harassment, domestic violence, and workplace violence. So domestic violence doesn't only happen at home and stay at home. It happens at home, it spills into work, it spills into play, and it's an issue that has to be addressed head on and seriously. And we have to realize that the faster we bring awareness to domestic violence, the more time we have to bring a resolution towards combating it. So, in my view, domestic violence is a union issue, and that is the reason why the National Union of Public Workers Gender Affairs Committee will continue to raise awareness on domestic violence as we go forward to help bring an end to domestic violence in society of Barbados.
This is an EU-funded project.